Hello, Martin. Can you hear me? Excellent. Right. Well, welcome to space. I've just got to set some things up on the laptop so I can monitor everything. I've got all sorts of windows open, including Wikipedia, the Elite Dangerous Star Map, which is just updating, my Mixer channel so I can see who's talking to me. Hopefully we might get a few more people popping in, I don't know. I'm just going to scratch my head. Right, so I guess this is fairly new for you, so let's explain what we're doing. Welcome to Elite Dangerous, which is a astronomically accurate-ish galaxy where we can just go and explore and see what we can find. So we're currently in KD Market in the Groombridge 1618 system, which is run by the nationalists of Groombridge 1618 under command of Captain Tamara Owen. As you can see, we're on the space station sort of message board here, and I can go up and down here, and we've got a commodities market which is based around agriculture, so we can buy and sell all sorts of things. If you want to buy tea here, you can. If you want to buy beer here, you can. But depending on what system you're in, no loo roll. Now, paper commodities don't seem to feature so much here, but hey. Anyway, we're going to launch in a second, but I'll just show you the star map of the system. So, according to Wikipedia, Groombridge 1618 was first identified as entry number 1618 in a catalogue of circumpolar stars by Stephen Groombridge in 1838. It's a star in Ursa Major, apparent magnitude 6.6, so below the threshold of stars visible to the naked eye for the average observer, relatively close to Earth at 15.88 light years away, so not far for us to go. So here is a map of the system, and if we zoom in, we are at KD Market there. I've chosen this location because it's very pretty when you launch. As you see, there are two Earth-like planets, Groombridge 1618A2 and A3, which are orbiting round each other, both of which have got orbital stations as well. So what we can do is launch, have a look at the planets, we'll go around them, map them, then from there we'll jump onto Alpha Centauri and then into the solar system. Okay? Right. So here we are in the Androzani Major and Minor. Well, I think they're nicer than Androzani Major and Minor, but here we are in the starport. And I'll play about with the camera angles later, but I'll just launch, so if everybody's ready, 3, 2, 1, off we go. Right, I've just got all my systems updating. Oh yes, these two planets are well worth investigating. Yeah, don't get space sick. Hope you like the music. Right, and here we are, out into space. So we just have to clear the space station. There's the space station behind us. rotating. And here's our spaceship. Sleek little thing. Okay, so here we are in space. So I just rotate the camera around. Right. So we've just got to get out of the gravitational effects of the space station. And then we can set a course for the 2 planets. Right, so we're out of range. So here we are. Here's a rather pretty planet. Oh yes, there's some very clever references to things in this game. We've even got the Thargoids, which it took me ages to work out were in Captain Kremen. Because I was thinking it was the Thargons from the Tomorrow People. Right. Okay. Engage Super Cruise. Start the engines up.
4, 3, 2, 1, engage.
And then we'll go into orbit. So yeah, it's fairly rare to have. I'm just going to cough. Excuse me. It's fairly rare to have 2 Earth-like planets rotating around each other. But so there's. Let's pull back a bit. Yeah, you get some sort of distortion on the picture around the edges because it's trying to get too much in the picture. But there's a pretty planet. As you can see, there's weather systems and everything. But what we can do right, so we can drop out of orbit if you like. Oh, helps if I'm going the right way, doesn't it? So there's a very pretty planet. And there's another one in the distance. I just like that as a view. I mean, we can do scanning of the planet, but I think if we jog on to Alpha Centauri. So I've used the galactic map. Here we are. So, plot a course for Alpha Centauri, which is down there somewhere. And then the Sol system is not far. I've just used the galactic map, yes. But if you want to see what the galaxy looks like, there's the galaxy in all its glory. And you can visit every single one of those stars. And I think, I forget how many, like, thousands of people play this game. I don't know how many years they've been playing it for, but it's something like 0.02% of the stars have actually been visited in the game. And if you visit a star system for the first time, you can put your name on it. So there's a few stars out there which now to say discovered by Commander Troby. Anyway, so Alpha Centauri lies this away. So there's two ways of travel. Well, there's actually three ways of travelling. There's just your thrusters when you launch. There's your frame shift. And then there's your... Whoa. So now we're travelling many, many, many times the speed of light. There we go. Mind the sun. Welcome to Alpha Centauri. Right. What's in Alpha Centauri, you ask? It's been a long time since I've been here. Oh, it's a bit of a mess, this system. Oh, dearie me. Oh, do you want to see a big planet? It's a little way away, but well, there's one little one there. We could try landing on that. Yeah, that's the thing. You try and join it up with all the sort of fictional aliens, you know. Because I did visit Tor Ceti early on, and that's of course where the Ogri live. But I couldn't find Ogros. Neither have I been able to find any Ogrons, and I certainly haven't found Dolkis. But if you fancy a quick trip to a planet, it's a big gas giant. Yes, that is rather big. But we could go and have a look. Just got to nip round the back of the star by the look of it. And we can set the automatics just to take us there now. Take a few seconds to get up a decent speed, but once we get going, we'll be fine. But then I thought we could take a quick trip around the solar system and maybe land on a moon of Jupiter or something. I forget which moons you can land on. Bear in mind this is like so many years in the future, so Mars has been terraformed and there are bases on Mercury and things like that, so it's not quite the solar system you might think you know. But we're already up to 20 times the speed of light and still accelerating. I'm working my way towards becoming a billionaire in the galaxy as well. I've got like 980 million credits at the moment, and you can get money several ways. The way I've made most is by exploring, because you can sell your data for anything that you discover or map. You can do various missions, you can buy and sell stuff, or you can engage in piracy, so you can actually be a space pirate if you really want to. I tend to find people shoot at me when I do that, so So I've tended to lead the life of exploration, which is the only rank I'm actually elite in. A space billionaire. Oh, absolutely, yes. I mean, I'll show you my profile. So I'm elite in exploration. I'm an entrepreneur in trade, and in combat I'm harmless. I did start off as mostly harmless, but I think I shot something, so so there's all the bits and pieces in my ship. Haven't got anything in my inventory. So there's the Alpha Centauri liberals who are knocking about here. Yeah, shooting things. Oh, here we go. So, welcome to your first gas giant. There we go. It's all a bit brown, but yes, I have actually had my ship painted. It didn't come like this. But it's all terribly pretty. You get some very nice effects. I mean, this planet's not going to do it, probably so much, but I've been in orbit around very pretty planets. When you get sunrise and things like that, you just want to stop the game and just watch it. So there's some very pretty images in here if you like a bit of space art. But there we are. There's us rotating around a planet. But I think you want to go to the solar system, don't you? So it'll probably be on my short hops list here because it's not far away. I can't go to Sirius because I need a permit. Barnard Star. Sol. I always think that's a dreadful name, Sol. Hey. Yeah, the first time, because you start off in this game a long way away from the Earth, and it takes you a while to get here. But there's the sun, looking all terribly alone. Ready? Give me a countdown then. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. It's just a sort of rumble of power as it builds up. Right. The sun is quite bright when you get up close to it, so never look at the sun through a telescope, as Patrick Moore used to say. Whoa. Welcome to the solar system. Now at first, in the glare of the sun, you can hardly see anything. Just love the solar sort of flares and things you get. You've become a sunspot. Yeah, I mean, if you really want a close look at the sun, oh, but that'll burn out your eyes. I wouldn't get too close. But here's the solar system. Now, hopefully none of this is a great surprise to you. But there's Mercury, and you can land on Mercury. It's got bases on there. It's got an orbital station, Daedalus. Haha. There's Venus, which doesn't look very different. There's the Earth. Lots of stations, and even the Moon's got its own station. But look at Mars. Mars is not red anymore. Mars is blue. Asteroid belt, obviously. Jupiter. We haven't got all the moons, but we've got enough to play with. There's an argument about whether it's Io or Eo, but I'm going to say Io. Europa, Ganymede, and Callisto. No, there's less shooting on Mars. There's Saturn, Enceladus, Tethys, Dione, Rhea, isn't it? Rhea. Titan. You can't land on Titan. It's got a methane-rich atmosphere, so although Michael Shield used to live on Titan in The Invisible Enemy, I'm afraid we can't land there, but we can land close to him. Right. Do you want to do the Uranus jokes, or shall we leave them to Paul? Ariel, Umbriel, Titania, and Oberon. It all gets a bit busy in the outer solar system there. There's Neptune, Triton. There's a red ring around Triton. You can't land there. Pluto and Charon or Charon, and lots of stuff in the outer solar system that I've not even visited because it's a long way away. It's a bit of a haul. And somewhere in the game, apparently, you can actually find the Voyager probes, though I've never put in the effort to find them. But give me a planet. Where would you like to go? I'll set course wherever you like. Neptune. There's Neptune. So we won't be able to land on Neptune or its moon, but very blue Neptune. Neptune. So yeah, it'll take a little while to get to Neptune, but because many years ago I used to have a board game. I can't quite remember what it was called. Got it from a sort of jumble sale or something like that. It was something like Race to the Moon or something, and you had this little little spaceship pieces that you moved about, and there was a little moon that you had to move around the board, and I don't know whether you were supposed to land on the moon or avoid the moon. Unfortunately, it came all like dials, cardboard dials and things like that, and I never had any instructions with it, so I had to make up my own space game. Blast off, I think it was, yes, that's right, yeah. And I have seen I did sort of look it up a couple of years ago, because I did wonder about doing it on Looks Unfamiliar, but No, exactly. There are videos, and I did look up. People are still selling it. I did ask somebody who did have it, and they said, frankly, it's not worth it. So never mind. But yeah, I always think we should use this game in a Shy Life podcast one day. That Paul and Ick, the alien, could go off in a spaceship and. Because I mean, yeah, the number of Uranus gags that Ick does, it's appalling. But hey, I'm just going to check my messages a minute, see if anybody's responded. Oh, Paul Everett's ticked it. I don't know whether Paul Everett is watching. Hello, Paul Everett, if you are watching. Buccaneer, pirate ship. Oh, don't know that. I'll just reply to Paul and say, if anybody's watching, please say hello. Say hello in the chat. There we go. So yeah, Neptune, you do start to get an appreciation of just the scale of everything, though, because yeah, I arrived at Betelgeuse once, and blimey, that's a big star. That really is absolutely huge, because you've got the whole range of well, let me show you. It'll take a while to get into orbit around Neptune. Codex. Discoveries. Astronomical bodies. Stars. All types of stars. Oh, neutron stars. They're nasty. Yes, I have actually found black holes. But yeah, you've got all star types, gas giant types, and of course one of the aims. I have actually been to the centre of the galaxy, and it takes you a hell of a long time to get there. And at the centre of the galaxy is a dirty great black hole. Earth-like planets, ammonia planets, water, metal rich, all sorts. Oh, hang on. Paul Everett says, hello, I'm watching. Hello, Paul Everett. Can you hear me, Paul Everett? Oh, good-o. Did you meet his Shatners? William Shatner, what, in real life or in space? No, I've never met William Shatner. I don't think I've met anybody to do with Star Trek. They don't... Well, they do things over here, but you have to... Oh, at the centre of the galaxy. I don't know. No sign of him. But there's also biology here, geology, fumaroles, geezers. I've met lots of geezers in my time. Organic structures, Thargoid barnacles, brain trees, that's somewhere in Essex, anemones, sinuous tubers, met any lava spouts? I don't know, let's have a look. Lava spouts.
Mission critical message.
Oh, hello. Incoming mission critical message? What's she going on about? Comms panel. What? I've been sent a massacre contract. I'm not massacring anybody. Go away. Commander Troby, remove this group of targets from our area of operations and we will pay you suitable compensation. You really don't want to ask me to try shooting anybody. Silly people. Don't give them... Oh, actually, I should... You've reminded me, I should go and claim my my bonus vouchers. I've got 100,000 credits to pick up. So I need to go to a space station to do that. But anyway, do you want to have a look at Neptune? We're in the mapping mode, so what I'll have to do... is come out of... Right, I'll come out of automatic assist. Hang on. So I'll unlock the destination. I can slow down. And drop out of Super Cruise. Oh, good. Hello, Paul. Yes, Paul says he can hear me. That's good. Right. Just checking all my bits. Right, it's okay. Right, we were going to have a look at... Right, where is Neptune? It's round here somewhere. I've lost the planet. Oh, typically I've ended up on the dark side of Neptune, haven't I? Right, you can see a little bit of sunrise or something going on over there. So if we go around the other side, I just need to start the engines up again. Right. Hopefully they've cooled down.
Frameshift drive charging. Ready to engage. 4, 3,
2, 1. Right, so there's the ring system. I'll try not to smack into the ring system. Yeah, there's a slight bug here at the moment in that it's showing the mapping system in the solar system, but so that's why there's all these grid marks on the planet. But if we come around the other side, we can drop out of... I don't quite know why it's doing that, but never mind. We can do it in stages. But yeah, if we pop over to a space station in a minute, or we could try a well, tell you what, let's land on a moon in a minute. Right, hopefully we've gone round far enough. Yeah, sorry about the grid on the planet. It's not as pretty as it should look, but hey. I'll drop out again, and maybe we'll have something pretty to say. Oh, hello. There's a glowing thing in the ring. That's where you can go mining for stuff. There's a hot spot. And what's a hot spot not? What's it? Grandidorite. Penny dogs. So there might be mining going on there. There might be miners. Let's slow down and drop out of warp again. I think this ship's slightly over the top with its thrusters, but hey. How many thrusters does a spaceship need? There's Neptune looking all blue and mysterious and quite dark actually, but then we are a long way from the sun. There we go. There's our ship hanging in hanging in space. Tell you what, let's try a landing on a moon. Come on, let's be brave. Right. I don't. Oh, sorry. I've just activated my weapons. I didn't mean to do that. Sorry. Right. We can't land on Triton. What's the nearest moon to us? Let's just go to the orrery setting. Right. So we're at Neptune. I've always wanted a proper brass orrery. So Jupiter's there, Saturn's there. Right, let's go back to the map setting. Aerial. Tell you what, let's go to Europa. Mainly because you get Jupiter hanging around in the sky. Right. Engage Super Cruise. Here we go. So we'll attempt a surface landing. Oh dear, embarrassingly, it would involve flying through the ring system, and I don't trust myself to do this, so let's just go around the ring system. Because they can get tricky. As you've got millions of rocks all heading at you. And even if it's made out of ice, it still hurts. Right, let's just ignore the... Go around the rings. Right, Europa. Super Cruise assist and orbit. Here we go. So again, it'll take a few seconds, so I'll show you some other bits and bobs. Right, codex, knowledge base. I'll play you a little piece of about the Empire. Right. So where are we? Can't remember how to do it now. So it's hidden by my chat window.
The Empire. Diplomatic relations. The Federation. Resentment of the Federation runs deep in the Empire. The superpower is remembered as an oppressive, interfering force that hypocritically avoids inflicting the slightest harm on non-human life, but thinks nothing of forcibly imposing its values on its fellow humans, and lacking the freedoms and social customs that the Empire values so dearly. While open hostility has frequently been the case in the past, the current situation is one of grudging coexistence, beneath which mistrust simmers. Despite this antipathy, the Empire cooperated with the Federation in a series of joint initiatives against the Thargoids in the early 3300s. The Alliance. When the Alliance was founded in 3230, following a bitter conflict with the Empire and the Federation, multiple systems defected to it from both superpowers. To the surprise of many, the Empire took very little further retributive action, partly because of the ill health of the Emperor of the time, and partly due to a belief that the defecting systems would return to their natural home, sooner or later. The Empire's current attitude to the Alliance is one of studied contempt. To recognize it as a threat would be too much like showing respect. Internal politics. Unsurprisingly for a society so concerned with rank and influence, the Empire contains a multitude of feuding power blocks. In particular, deal of bad blood between the various noble houses, whose values range from hardcore traditionalist to staunch reformist. The Imperial Senate is no longer as overshadowed by the Emperor as it once was, and has gained sufficient strength to act as a counterbalance to the Emperor's political will. The
And so on.
The Empire. Society. An ancient Roman model. The Empire works on a clean system.
Be
The
quiet.
Empire.
Oh,
Introduction.
I don't.
What a
Can I make him
piece of
shut up or
work
not?
is man. How
I'm not sure
noble
now.
in reason, how
Hang on.
infinite in faculty, in form and
Ah, there we are.
how express.
Be quiet. I don't care about the Empire. Right. Sorry about that. Yeah, once you start them blabbing, they won't shut up. Right. So here we are, approaching Europa. Now, I've chosen this because it's not got a huge gravity, and sometimes my landings are involve more bouncing than I like. Yeah, it's all coming up with grid systems. I don't quite understand why. Must be a slight bug. But what we can do is go in orbit. Deactivate Super Cruise. And right. I'm sure I've got this under control. Famous last words. As we start approaching. Now, I'll try not to smack into anything.
Engaged.
When they first did the game, you couldn't land on moons, but now you can. But the only places you can't land are places with atmospheres, because they're quite hard to simulate. Alright, I'm trying to decide where to go. There's a geological site over there. It's all a bit dark, but hey. It's like my lander's got a... I always seem to land on the dark side of things. Not quite sure why. But... Right, we're approaching the surface. I'm drawn to dark. Well, I don't know about that, but so we're just gliding down onto the onto the moon's surface. I should call it a body, shouldn't I? An astronomical body. Yes, this would be prettier if we did this in daylight, but hey. I'm landing on the instruments here. Alright. Somewhere here. I've got landing gear. Right, there we go. Landing gear.
Landing gear deployed.
Thank you. Right, we're 4 kilometers above the surface and coming down slowly. 3.8, 3.6, 3.2, 3 kilometers. Display will change shortly. So we're just 2.5 kilometers above the surface. And 2 kilometers. Here we go. Oh, we've changed scale. Good. Alright, hopefully I should find a clear landing site, but it's a bit hard to tell at the moment because I can't see a damn thing. Oh, that's better. Ship lights. That doesn't make any. Oh, I've got a terrain. Aha! Oh! Right, now I've got to find somewhere where it turns blue and it doesn't keep shouting at me unsuitable terrain. We're on a bit of a dip at the moment. Yeah, there's a very embarrassing video somewhere on YouTube of me flying over a surface and just smacking into like stuff. Right. If we can find somewhere that's actually suitable to land, then we can get the lunar rover out. Right. I'm just looking for it to turn blue. Let's go down a bit. Ah, there we go. Right. Enjoying it very much, thank you, Raven. Been playing it for a while, but still don't feel I've done everything. But really like the whole astronomy stuff, so right, let's see if I can get the scarab out. Right, you ready for this? You can all laugh at my driving now.
Low gravity warning.
Hey, nothing like a bit of low gravity. Right, let's have a look and see what we can see. So we've come out the back of the spaceship. Gonna turn around so you can see it. So there's our ship. And again I can... So there's the ship. Oops, no. Got too far. There's the ship. There's our rover. And I'm quite good at turning these over. So we'll just go for a quick wander. If we go too far from the spaceship, it will take off into orbit, but that's no great problem because we can always call it back. Now, if Paul's still here, we can do some analytical chemistry as we can go looking for elements. Right, there is an auto assist on the driving, but I quite like the bouncing up and down you get from just doing it manually. Right, so yeah, we've got stabilizers. We've got a cargo scoop. So cockpit mode, combat or analysis. So we can either shoot at things or hey. Oh dear. Hope nobody suffers from motion sickness. God, this is bumpy. And there should be some rocks around here somewhere that we can analyse and pick up sort of useful metals and things like that. Typically, of course, I've landed somewhere where there aren't any. If anybody sees anything on the radar, shout. Bouncing going on. I should have landed actually near a geological site, but we'll see if there's anything about. If not, we can always as I say, I still need to go to a space station to claim my weekly wage. Oh, hang on, I've got a message from Paul. Hello Paul. Arthur C. Clarke's novel 2061 was based around potential life on Europa, possibly. I've not really read a lot of Clarke fiction. I read more his essays and things like that about sort of predicting the future. Yeah, sorry if I miss any messages. I've got sort of multiple screens open here at once, so oh God, smacked straight into that rock, but never mind. Oi, here we go. Let's roll down the hill, shall we? If we land... Oh dear. Sorry about that. Right. That was fun. I've now got totally disorientated, so I don't even know which way I was going. Whee! Not a damn thing on this radar. I can see the spaceship taking off. I'm going to have to call that back in a bit, but... yeah, sorry that Europa's not very interesting. Let's get some speed up, come on then. Whee! Hold tight everyone. Aha! A thing on the radar. Right, let's deploy. I can remember which button it is. Cargo scoop.
Cargo scoop deployed.
Right.
Handbrake is on.
I don't want the handbrake on. It's meant to be a helpful voice, but it really isn't. Aha! A mesosiderite. You know. Right. Combat mode. If we shoot at it, it explodes into bits. Oh, vanadium. So there's a bit of vanadium. There's another bit of vanadium. Well, let's pick the vanadium up, because I could do with some of that. There we go. And what was the other thing? Chromium. So there's just bling. well, Vanadium and chromium are not bad. I think I've done analysis on both of those. Yeah, must have done. But Paul, oh hello, Paul Everett's typing about metals. Go on, tell me something about chromium and vanadium, Paul. We've got the science brigade out today. Yes. Yeah, I've done sort of trace analysis of them in ICP and stuff like that. I've not chucked vast quantities of either about, but oh, that's right, get stuck on the rocks. So yeah, you can zoom about and find metals. So let's have a go at calling our ship back then, and then we'll go to a space station, and I'll change back to analysis. I've put the cargo scoop away.
Cargo scoop retracted.
Thank you. I'll change back to analysis mode. So yeah, the spaceship's just gone into orbit around the moon, but we can call it back. Oh, hang on. What's this, Paul? Use ammonium metavanadate to demonstrate the different oxidation state. Oh, of course, you do demos these days, don't you, Paul? How much you're allowed to do these days? Because I was reminiscing on. Now, what was I reminiscing on about sulfur? Oh, on our Blake 7 video about when I went to middle school. Cranbourne Middle School, our teacher was quite happy to heat up sulphur outside a fume cupboard just to demonstrate to you what it smelt like. And I always felt that you didn't really need that demonstration, because you know, a class full of like 25 people sort of coughing and spluttering their guts up maybe was a bit over the top. Right, spaceship is coming into land. Ooh, what's that flying over? There's something else on our radar, but hey, that might be somebody else's ship. Ooh, is that our ship or not? Oh, it's a search and rescue patrol. I don't need you. Fume cupboard, says Martin. Ours was always chucking chemicals into a bowl of water and showing us the results. Well, it's very nice to have a search and rescue ship just looking after us, but I've just noticed we've clocked up an hour, Martin, so I don't know whether you want to hang on longer or start to call it a day, but if we take us to a space station we can decide. If I can get in. If I can get in sideways between the legs of the spaceship. My mate Barry once heated his pencil sharpener into Bunsen burner and we had to clear the building. Okay. Right. Transfer the cargo to the ship. And oops. No. Wrong button. All fingers and thumbs today. Board the ship. Well, you want to visit the Earth, don't you? So we'll visit the Earth and say you've actually just to convince you that the Earth is still there. Right. I do remember at Where would it have been? Cranbourne? Or, no, QE. There were definitely smoke sort of rings in the ceiling where things had gone awry.
Scan detected.
Okay, it's just the search and rescue ship. I hope it's nobody else. Right, so landing gear.
Landing gear retracted.
Right, we're rapidly taking off. So let's see if I can find the Earth for you. And we can dock in. Well, let's go to the Earth. TNT. Oh god, hang on. Message from Mr. Everett. We set fire to pencils by passing electricity along the graphite. Haven't managed to set the alarms off yet. Ha! Oh dear. I mean, the number of times Warren sort of joshes me about explosions at chemical factories, but I have to point out that I was not working there when that happened. I only worked there afterwards. A few sealing times have a ring on from lively oxidation of alcohols to acids. Oh dear. Right, anyway, let's
Frame shift drive.
let's get the frame shift going. Yeah, it's slightly before, about a few months. Right, where's my escape vector? Up there.
4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
I love the way it says on this display, Earth, an Earth-like world. Well, it would be, wouldn't it? Alright, where is the Earth? Oh, it's still in danger of smacking into the moon before I've even left it. So the Earth is 2,900 light seconds away, but it won't take us that long to get there. Oh. There we go. Right, let the automatics do that then. What's that say? The Birthright Wars. As you can see, it's quite a busy system here. There's an awful lot of things to... A Sagan class traveller. I think you'll appreciate that. Earth, a planetary body. Well, yes. Megameters per second, that's a great unit of speed, but we'll soon be up to soon be up to light speed or thereabouts. But I mean, yes, you could spend weeks just pooling around the whole solar system, but there is a galaxy out there. I've yet to find the planet Arg from the adventure game, though I have been close to it because I visited the sort of Pleiades all round there, all the sort of blue stars, and very pretty they are too, but no sign of the Rangdo. half the speed of light. I love the way I just say, yeah, we're just up to half the speed of light, no problems. And we've just gone through the speed of light barrier. You never even noticed, did you? So we're just counting down. 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, and so on. But if we orbit do a quick slingshot around the Earth and then land at one of the stations, and it's probably a good time to park it. And I just pick up me money. You can almost sort of play this game in the background sometimes. You just set the systems to automatic. Because there are some things you land in the system and it's like sort of 15 minutes away, even on like thousands of times the speed of light, and you just set the automatics and go off and make a cup of tea. So yes, it's not quite as intensive as the shooty type of games. This is all a bit more relaxing, but I have to give them points just for the astronomy, because they do try and get it as accurate as possible and keep doing updates and things like that for when new stuff is discovered. Alright, 700 light seconds to the Earth. I doubt you'll be able to see your house from it, but hey. I've never actually tried flying over the UK, whether you can see it or not. It's probably all going to be cloudy, I don't know. Don't know whether we will be able to see anything, but hey. Right. Earth is looming. Scanning the Earth. Why, is there new stuff there that we haven't seen before? Well, all the scanners are going crazy, but hey. Don't quite know why. Here's the Earth, and it's not been blown up, contrary to rumour. Yeah, you see the grid lines have appeared again, and that's really rather odd. But what we can say, if we come out of hyper, what's it? Deactivate Super Cruise. Abraham Lincoln, it says, is 0.17 light seconds away. Right. Ah, there we go. Oh, look. Hello, South America. Can you see us? Not really. There seems to be a storm heading towards the UK. Let's have a look. So there you are. There's us in orbit around the whoops. Let me zoom out. around the Earth. Yeah, it doesn't look a bad day down on the Earth today. Yeah, very pretty. Right, let's go go find a space station to land in. Who wants to land? Who wants to visit Mikhail Gorbachev? Where is he? He's behind us. M. Gorbachev.
Frameshift drive charging.
Quite close, so.
4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
Alright, it's not far to visit Mr. Gorbachev. One for kids of the 80s, I think. So we're measuring in megameters. And once it gets down to kilometers, it will drop out, and then we can do an auto dock. Get a little bit closer, and then we can set the automatics to if you want to see us. So there we are. Actually, I'm going to take a screenshot of that. It's rather pretty. So I'll take a screenshot of that and put it up on Twitter to prove that we've been here. Right. Okay. Contact. Request docking.
Landing authorized. Proceed to landing pad 3-3. For automated approach vectoring.
Right, we've got to get in that little hole. Fortunately, I've got a computer now that can do it. When you start off, you have to do it all manually. Hence, I took the paint off a lot of spaceships. And got in some very weird positions trying to land.
Scan detected. Landing gear deployed.
Don't even have to press the buttons.
Landing complete. Engines disengaged.
And we've used up a bit of fuel doing all of that, so I can refuel. We'll sell my data of all the mapping I've done, because I have been to various systems. So this is the cartographic section. Everything I've discovered since I last landed at a starport in various star systems. That's 900,000 credits. So I can sell all of that data, so that helps. Again, if I discovered something for the first time, it would get my name against it, but there's nothing new there. I haven't been very far on these last few journeys. And we'll just go to the go to the contacts. Local power contact, and I've got 100,000 salary to pick up. I can try and undermine the government here if I really want to. President Hudson reveals the Federation's true agenda by stockpiling vast quantities of military supplies to be delivered to his forces, ensuring they are combat ready at all times. The military build-up of worrying proportions. Disrupt President Hudson's grip by taking down federal logistics vessels in this system and hand in the confirmation of kills at one of our control systems. That involves shooting at spaceships. I'm not going to be doing that today. So let's claim the money. Salary claimed. Excellent. So we've made 1 million credits this morning, and I'm not going to argue over that. So I'll draw this to a close now. Thank you everyone for joining in. I might even try and save this stream. But there we go. So there's our quick trip to the solar system, and if you enjoyed that, I'll try and do something where we can explore a bit further. But I'll stop the stream now and say thank you very much.